Seed starting is one of the most impactful tools in the toolbox of the vegetable gardener. We're going to be talking seed starting kale on Extension Today.
Extension Today is sponsored by the Ohio State University College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences.
One of the things I really like about seed starting is once you master the techniques, and they're not hard, you can grow anything that you see in that vegetable catalog. You have a few materials that you need in order to ensure success. The first critical thing that you need is seed starting soilless mix. Basically what this is a mix of peat moss and maybe some perlite or some coconut coir. You need something that is sterile because you don't want to start baby seeds in soil that might have some infectious pathogens or other things in it. Then you need to have an assortment of pots, and you don't gotta go overboard here. I've got some 6-packs, you're all familiar with that. You can get them at any nursery or greenhouse store. Then, just like we talked about with hydroponics, you need to have a good light. I like my LED light right here. I put my seeds under that. I'll set the timer for 15 hours, and I know I'm providing them the amount of light that they need to grow. My favorite vegetable I like to use is kale. Kale has lots of things going for it. Inexpensive seed, germinates rapidly, matures quickly. You can plant it outside as a transplant. You can mature it underneath your lights and harvest it with the scissors as you need to use it. Before you fill your pots or your 6-packs up with soilless mix, make sure you hydrate it. If you plant it on dry mix, when you went to water, your seeds would just wash away. Add a little bit of water into the mix, mix it around with your hands, and then we're gonna fill our pots. Make sure that you fill the pots with a soil level all the way to the tippy top. This is all the soil that this baby seedling is going to get until it goes into its forever home. Gently firm the soil in each of these cells or in whatever pot that you're using. You want to make sure you get good seed to soil contact, but you don't want to make this soil so compact that the baby seedling's roots aren't able to reach down all the way to the bottom. So I like to add 2, maybe 3 seeds in each one of the cells or in the pot when I plant. I want to make sure that I have 100% germination in each one of the cells or the pots. Different seeds need to be planted at different depths. The rule of thumb is around 3 times as deep as it is large. So kale is a very tiny seed. It only needs a little bit of soil sprinkled on top. You want to have that kale under maybe 1/8 of an inch of soil at most. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of soil on top of my kale seeds, and then I'm going to firm that down, and then I'm going to use my mister to moisten them. The last thing you need to do before we put it under the lights is you want to put about 1/2 inch or so of water in the bottom of your tray. That 6-pack or that pot is going to absorb that water up through the holes in the bottom and completely hydrate the soil so that the seedling, when its roots start growing, are going to enter into moist soil. A baby seedling only needs water maybe once or twice a week. As they get bigger, use your best judgment. When you notice that soil is starting to dry out, feel free to give it a drink of water. Talk about easy to grow. Take a look at these kale seedlings. We have good germination in each of these cells. What I need to do is I need to thin to the strongest seedling. I want to make sure that I'm not overcrowding these cells by having more than one plant growing in them. If you look at this cell right here, we got good germination. I have 3 different kale plants in there. The one that I'm going to select for is this one right in the middle. It's got great germination. The seed leaves look perfect, and I am going to select for it by simply pulling the baby seedlings out around it to allow it to thrive in that cell. In about 3 weeks, this is what your kale plant should look like. We've got numerous true leaves on each one of these plants. We've got nice looking stocky seedlings. These plants are ready if you wanted to transplant them outside, but you're welcome just to keep them growing under your lights, and you can scissor harvest as often as you like. If you're growing kale indoors, you can plant it any time of the year. From seed to salad bowl, you're looking about 3 weeks. This is almost 3 weeks old, and that is ready to be put in a salad right now. If you want to do transplants outside in your garden for spring, you want to start them around mid-February to late February. For transplanting outdoors, mid to late March. For more tips and tricks on starting your plants from seed, head to go.osu.edu/Extension Today.
Extension Today is sponsored by the Ohio State University College of Food, Agricultural, and Environmental Sciences.